We're about to go through one of the most interesting and uncertain events in crypto history with 16 billion in capital and assets set to re-enter the space. People have questions about how this is going to impact price. What type of movement are we in fact going to see across the space? And in fact, we're starting to see some of this take place already. So we're going to have a discussion about what is coming here so people are in fact prepared. And there's something else that I want to address here as well. So if you guys are new or haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below, hit that bell again. It's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. ADA yesterday had actually a very good day. It was one of the better performers across the market. You guys can see that it actually closed the daily candle up almost 5%. Very exciting stuff. Got up to 83 cents. Unfortunately, we got drugged down by BTC. Even as we closed our daily candle, we were sitting at about 81 and a half, or about 81 cents or so. Looking pretty good, sitting right at about that 20-day moving average. Then unfortunately, something happened overnight where we got this dump just across the crypto market, a lot of red, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But again, we were trying to fight this breakout. We were trying to fight to the upside. And I have to say, I tend to get a lot of flack when we talk about these breakouts, when we talk about these potential movements in price to the upside. And what I want to remind people of is I'm trying to bring you guys information, especially ahead of time, right? We're trying to get ahead of these breakouts because if you're chasing pumps, you're doing it wrong. All right. And what's interesting is, we talked about being on the edge of this breakout and the verge of an upside movement yesterday. And then people were giving me crap. And then not a couple hours later, an article comes out saying, is ADA ready for a breakout? Is it ready to go on this run? Citing a lot of the exact same things that we talked about, the formations being in the right spots. Ollie charts talking about buy signals flashing, looking like there was a reversal about to take place. Short squeeze potentially happening. Guys, these are the same things that I look at every single day and try to bring you guys ahead of the moves. So don't get mad at me if you're late to the game or if you don't think it's going to happen. I'm just simply relaying data and letting you guys know what we're seeing in the charts. Now, unfortunately, overnight, we got a little bit of a stir from something that took place. And what this was again, today begins the FTX distributions, meaning that there is $16 billion worth of capital and assets that are going to be flowing back to the crypto market. Okay. And what they did was actually a test transaction. They actually withdrew one BTC last night. And basically this started the cascade of red, right? That basically happened like right here. And then we can see what happened. ADA basically ran from around that 81 cent level, now down to about 77 cents at the time of filming this video. Now, here's the thing. I think that this is a little bit overblown. I think people are freaking out for no reason. And the reason why is first of all, let's talk about what the breakdown of these assets actually look like. It's tough because some of this is kind of hidden. But right now, this first distribution that they're going to be doing is somewhere in the range of, I believe, $7 billion. And a lot of what this is actually going to be capital. A lot of it is actually cash and cash equivalents. So we're not going to see a lot of assets hit the market in the first place. And what people need to remember as well is a lot of these assets are at discounted levels, meaning that they're actually at the value that they were back in November of 2022. So unfortunately, if you held BTC at that time, let's say you had $10,000 in FTX, you're only going to get $10,000 worth of BTC now. Okay. So it's going to be way less. And what I have to say is that you have to ask yourself, are people going to dump and just pull out of the crypto market, or they're going to be looking for opportunity? I think they're going to be looking for opportunity in the space, especially with a lot of the capital, the cash and cash equivalents. That's a big deal because that's going to be flowing directly into assets. Now, understand that ADA, although it did get impacted by this a little bit, we have to remember that there is no ADA distributions taking place. ADA was not a part of FTX. The one that is actually going to get impacted the most is actually Solana. Okay. Now, I'm not saying that this is going to directly lead to a dump in Solana, but starting on March 1st, there's actually going to be 11.2 million Solana unlocked worth $2.06 billion. This could cause a movement in the price of Solana, which has already been dropping pretty significantly. And this isn't to beat up on Solana or anything like that, but we can see what Solana has been doing since that run that it experienced all the way back in January. It's just been plummeting pretty significantly. All right. So that being said, right now, a lot of what we're seeing in the market is people freaking out for no reason. All right. Understand that people are going to be looking for opportunity. This may in fact be what all this capital that we've been talking about sitting on the sidelines was in fact, oops, wrong chart, was in fact waiting for, right? waiting for that moment that it feels comfortable enough to begin entering the market. Notice that it's not really breaking past this 200-day moving average. It's sitting, it's watching, it's waiting for its moment to actually re-enter the space. All right. Now, what I will say is BTC dominance did get a little bit of a throwback to its trend in today's daily candle. Go figure. Again, alts kind of bled overnight a little bit more. BTC is showing quite a bit of stability around these ranges. And frankly, right now, it's just range bound. Look at this right here, guys. Basically between about 98.5 or so and 95K is where it's just bouncing back and forth, not wanting to make a movement one way or the other. And once there is enough confidence, we will probably start to see the charts begin to tick up. Once it is digested how this capital is going to affect the market, how these assets are going to affect the market, that is when we'll start making some of these movements, I think, in a little bit of a rebound. Now, obviously, this isn't a guarantee or financial advice or anything like that. We'll just have to be patient, watch, and wait. Again, a lot of uncertainty surrounding this. You know, some people referencing July of 2024. Now, I wouldn't say that this is exactly that. If you guys remember back in July of 2024, oops, too far. Remember back in July of 2024, we actually dealt with some dumping in the market on the German government news. The German government dumped $2.5 billion worth of BTC, and they did it basically in one clip. And this is going to be a little bit different because we still at that time had a series of negative events taking place. We had minor capitulation. We had Mount Gox news, right? All this actually led us to, in terms of BTC, a 15% drop in price. I'm not expecting anywhere near that right now. BTC is heavily oversold. It's currently sitting right on top of support. So believe it or not, right now, things are actually pretty good in the crypto market. We're sitting on ranges where people like to accumulate. We're sitting on ranges where people are considering things discounted prices. If you don't believe me, take a look back at where assets have in fact been bouncing off of. Look at where ADA has in fact been bouncing off of, right off of these ranges. Now, we'll have to just be patient. Like I've said, we gotta just take it as it comes. Eventually, this will be over. This uncertainty that is looming around the $16 billion will be done. And then that's where it could be off to the races. So I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think is going to come from this. Are we going to see this pump assets? Are we going to see this dump assets? But have a great day. Show your love below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.